researchers, academicians, industry experts, and dear participants. I take the pleasure and privilege to welcome you all at the 2025 International Conference on Responsible, Generative, and Explainable AI, acronymized as ResGenX AI 2025, organized by the Centurion University of Technology and Management. So now, I would like to request Professor Saneev Kumar Das, Organizing Secretary of the conference, to please come up on the dais and provide a brief about the conference.
Conference has been conceiving as a truly global platform to foster innovation, collaboration, and excellence in artificial intelligence. This conference is unique in its scope, spanning human-centered AI, Internet of Things and AI, image processing and AI, and signal processing and AI, with broader tracks on responsible AI, generative AI, and explainable AI, truly reflecting the multidisciplinary nature of modern research. We are delighted to share that ResGenX AI 2025 has set a new benchmark for global academic and industrial collaboration. This year, we received an overwhelming 671 research paper submissions from across the globe, representing 8 countries, a testimony to the worldwide relevance of our theme. These submissions underwent a rigorous peer review process facilitated by more than 300 distinguished international experts from both academia and industry. After this meticulous process, only 67 high quality papers have been accepted, setting a high standard of excellence and innovation. This selective acceptance rate of 10% not only speaks volumes about the quality of research being showcased today, but also about the seriousness with which we as a community are shaping the future of responsible, generative, and explainable AI. ResGenX AI 2025 is not just a conference, it is a celebration of ideas, innovation, and collaboration, bringing together researchers, thought leaders, and practitioners to discuss, debate, and design the future of AI that is ethical, transparent, and impactful. With this, I would request Professor Tamosha to initiate the inaugural ceremony. Professor Tamosha, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So it is indeed a privilege to have such eminent personalities with us today. So to begin this prestigious occasion, I would now like to introduce and welcome our esteemed guests and dignitaries for the event. We have with us the chief guest of the event, Professor Dr. Shankar Kepal, National Science Chair, SERB, Government of India, and President, Indian Statistical Institute. Next, we have Professor Dr. Ganapati Panda, former Deputy Director, IIT Bhubaneswar, and Advisor, IEEE Bhubaneswar Section. Next, we have Shri H.K. Ratha, former Director, ITR Chandipur, and past Chair, IEEE Bhubaneswar Subsection.
We also have Professor A.K. Tripathi, former Director General of the Central Power Research Institute, Advisor IEEE Bhubaneswar Section. We have our very own Professor Dr. Shupriya Patnaik, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Centurion University of Technology Management, Odisha. Next we have Professor Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, Professor and Dean, School of Engineering Technology, CTM, and the General Chair of ResGen X AI 2025. We also are deeply honored to have with us several distinguished guests and eminent leaders of the University of the Dais. We have Dr. Suripan Saha, Assistant Professor at the Yardley School of Artificial Intelligence at IIT Delhi. Dr. Prashant Jamri, Professor CSE, Kalgotias University. Dr. PSR Srinivas Sastry, former scientist, ISRO, and founder director of Space Technologies, DRDO, Hyderabad. Shri Preet Yadav, sir. We have Professor Jagannath Padhi, sir, Director, Centurion University of Technology and Management with us. Thank you everyone, and I welcome you all to this conference. And now we will move to the traditional lamp lighting ceremony, which symbolizes the removal of darkness and the illumination of knowledge. So may I now humbly request all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais to kindly step forward for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. I would request the student volunteers to kindly guide the dignitaries. Thank you everyone. So now with this positive start of the event, we will now move to honor the presence of the dignitaries today in this conference. So for this, I would like to request Madam Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Supriya Patnaik to please felicitate our chief guest of the event, Professor Dr. Shankar Kepal. Next, I would again like to request VC ma'am to please felicitate Professor Dr. Ganapati Panda with a token of appreciation. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to request Jagannath Padhi sir, Director Centurion University of Technology and Management, to please felicitate Shri H.K. Rath. So please come up on the dais. Thank you, sir. Next, I would again like to request Padhi sir to please felicitate Professor A.K. Tripathi. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request VC ma'am and Sujata ma'am to please felicitate Shri Preet Yadav. So please. Yes, sir, please. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would like to request VC ma'am and Jagannath Padhi sir to please felicitate Dr. PSR Srinivasa Sastri sir. So please come up on the dais. request Padhi sir to again felicitate Dr. Prashant Johari. So please come up on the dais. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request VC Madam to felicitate Dr. Sudeepan Saha. So please come up on the dais. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would again like to request Jagannath Badi sir to please come up on the dais for felicitating Professor Dr. Supriya Patnaik, Honorable Vice Chancellor, St. Julian University of Technology and Management. Sir, I would also like to request to felicitate Professor Dr. Sujata Chakrabarti, General Chair of the conference. I would like to request Dr. Sujata Chakrabarti ma'am to please felicitate Jagannath Padi sir as well, as a token of appreciation from all of us. So to begin with, now I would like to request Professor Supriya Patnaik, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Centurion University of Technology and Management, Orissa, to deliver the welcome address. Professor Supriya Patnaik, currently serving as the Vice Chancellor of the university, holds a distinguished academic background. She has qualified from the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bengaluru in India, and a PhD from RMIT University in Australia. She has extensive experience in teaching, research, and policy development with a dedicated focus on gender and development issues, as well as social work pedagogy across diverse settings. Throughout her career, she has actively collaborated with a spectrum of stakeholders spanning NGOs, multilateral and bilateral agencies, federal and state governments, and universities in both India and Australia. Professor Patnaik is involved as an industry licensed partner at the School of Global Studies, RMIT University in Melbourne, Australia. Additionally, she holds a research fellow position at the St. Petersburg State University in Russia. Further, she is a director in several companies: S Naturals and Nutrition Private Limited, Global Competency Assessment and Accreditation Guilds Private Limited, to name a few. She is also on the board of governors of the Chetna's Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai, India. So, ma'am, I would like to request you to deliver the opening address.
Thank you, Tamasha.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Esteemed Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Shankar Pal, National Science Chair, SERP, Government of India, President, Indian Statistical Institute, Professor Ganpati Panda, Professor A.K. Tripathi, Professor H.K. Rauta, Shri Preet Yadav, Sujata, and all keynote speakers, session chairs, distinguished academicians, industry experts, researchers, and dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the International Conference on Responsible, Generative, and Explainable Artificial Intelligence, ResGen X AI 2025. On behalf of Centurion University, I extend my warm greetings to our distinguished keynote speakers, invited guests, industry leaders, researchers, academics, students, and delegates from across the globe. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant possibility. It is already shaping industries, healthcare, education, governance, and almost every aspect of our daily lives. However, as AI becomes more powerful, it also raises important questions of ethics, trust, accountability, and inclusivity. This conference, with its focus on responsible, generative, and explainable AI, could not be more timely. Responsible AI reminds us that technology must serve humanity while upholding fairness, transparency, and sustainability. Generative AI is revolutionizing creativity, design, and problem solving, but it must be guided with wisdom and ethical frameworks. Explainable AI ensures trust and reliability by making machine decisions transparent and understandable to people. As an institution, Centurion University has always believed in bridging the gap between technology and society by offering skills, hands-on projects and products. Through our research centers, collaborations with industry, and focus on interdisciplinary innovation, we strive to prepare our students and researchers not just as technologists but as responsible global citizens. I am delighted to see that ResGenX AI 2025 has brought together eminent scholars, practitioners, and over the next 3 days, we will witness enriching keynote addresses, paper presentations, and networking opportunities. Such exchanges are the foundation of global knowledge sharing and collective growth. I take this opportunity to sincerely thank the organizing team, our academic and industry partners, and all contributors who made this event possible. Let this conference be a platform not only to showcase ideas but also to build collaboration that can shape a future where AI is innovative, explainable, and responsible to humanity. With these words, I once again welcome you all and wish the conference a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to request Shri Preet Yadav, Head of India Innovation Ecosystem at NXP Semiconductors, to address the gathering. Shri Preet Yadav, Head of India Innovation Ecosystem at NXP Semiconductors, presently drives initiatives to foster innovation and collaboration across the country. With over 2 decades of experience in the semiconductor industry, he has deep expertise in analog and mixed signal design and verification, process designing kits, and electronic design automation. So I would like to request Sir to please address the gathering.
Good morning. First of all, big thanks to Century University management team for giving me this opportunity to be part of this August gathering here. All the delegates on the dais, all the faculty members, all the participants, authors of the various papers which are going to be presented today. Uh, I guess this is a good platform. The world is shaping up like anything. The technology disruption has gone way high in last 1 decade, and especially in last couple of years when we talk about AI. My personal view is that every single person in the room, or I would say on this earth, whatever we have been doing so far, the way we are going to do the same part of work in the next 2 to 3 years is going to be much different than whatsoever was done for decades. Thanks to AI, things will become much better. At the same time, I hear that fear many times from the students, and they talk about, okay, AI is there, my job is gone. Okay, because most of us come to engineering college not to study, just to get placed. Job is the priority. So that's the shift happening. But my dear students, especially for you, same was the concern when computers were getting introduced in our industries in early 2000. There were strikes, people were on the road saying that stop computers because they are going to eat our jobs. But what happened in last 2 decades? A huge market of whole IT industry came up, and probably that's one of the reasons why we all are in this room, doing our engineering courses, being part of this whole technology race. Similarly for AI, I feel that this is going to give us more revenues. I would say a more productive way for utilizing our times and efforts. Some redundant tasks certainly gonna will be taken care by AI. If it is my due date for my credit card payment, AI will take care of it. If the electricity bill is due, AI will take care of it. But at the same time, we will have many different other avenues to use AI for the betterment of the community. The logo, I was reading this shaping lives and empowering community, and I guess AI is going to play a huge role in this front. Particularly for this particular conference, I just like this word of responsible, because when AI comes into the picture, there's a huge responsibility coming into it, because it's not a human who is going to take these decisions on the fly. And I'll give you a couple of examples quickly. I'm little unbiased towards the gender. To be fair enough, we have we see men sitting here. We say that men at work. That's what we are hearing for ages. At least since I'm born, we say men at work. Even if you go on roadside, men at work, drive the push. Why not women at work? So if we train this AI model, the model is going to take all the decisions which would be biased to the gender. So those are the points we need to be really careful about. It is a neutral world. Each gender has equal opportunities. being ignorant about such things, especially the organization I work for, or even my within my triple community, we are in general neutral. Everyone has equal opportunities. The other part of it comes about AI ethics, because tomorrow these robots are gonna take many decisions on our behalf, and if these robots are being biased by, what you call it, hacker or some, bad elements on our society, then what would happen? So let's take an example. I come from semiconductor background. There's an autonomous vehicle on the road, and this vehicle has to take a decision. And there's this bias income, men at work. Men's work, women don't work. And if this car has to take a decision to save one life and kill other, because there's no driver sitting in, and the situation is such that there's a man and a woman on the road, and this vehicle has to hit one to save other. So the vehicle would say, okay, men at work, men work, women don't work. Let's. So these are very, very minute part of it, which we need to be, neutral about, because many of our, so-called low category of low-lying jobs would get redundant, and these decisions would be taken up by these robots without we knowing it. And by the time we start discovering it, probably be too late for us. So whatever stuff you're doing related to AI, let's be responsible. First be responsible, and that's the ease of life, etc. So with this, I'll take not much of your time. I'm really privileged and honored to be part of this gathering, and we'll have a interaction post-lunch today. I would like to specially mention one name, Dr. Sujata. She's the reason why I'm here, and my little interactions with her, she's gem of a person. I think working 24 hours a day. At this age, I don't know from where all she gets all this energy. But big thanks to her and her team, and it is always a team effort. It is not an individual who does it. There is a face always, there is a leader always to, run the show, but this is the collective effort of all the, team members in her team who made this possible, and we need more and more such kind of venues to spread the awareness about AI. Let's not be fearful about it. Let's make good use of it, to shape up the world we are going to see in the upcoming years. With that, I wish you good luck to all the speakers and to the organizing team, and looking forward to interact with you post lunch. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. And now I would like to call upon Shri H. K. Rath, former Director, ITR Chandipur and past Chair, IEEE Bhubaneswar subsection, to address the gathering. Shri H. K. Rath is a distinguished Indian defense scientist and IEEE leader who served as the Director of the Integrated Test Ring Chandipur from September 2020, steering DRDO's critical missile testing and evaluation operations.
In IEEE circles, he has been the post of chair of the IEEE Bhubaneswar subsection and continues to serve as an advisor, actively contributing to conferences and professional outreach. So I would like to request sir to please come up on the time to address the gathering.
So on the dais, esteemed chief guest today is Dr. Sankar K. Parsa, and nice to meet you. It's a great opportunity to meet actually morning when I some time to discuss with him. So a long 40 years of service at ISI. So very rarely you will find somebody. So 50 plus. 75 he joined ISI. So it's a great pleasure to be here. Then next is Dr. Ganapati Panda sir, who is my teacher. And I don't have to tell, he is very popular in Mrs. Circle and all over India and world actually. Then next, our basically colleague, this Professor Osok Tripathi sir. So with whom for quite many years we have been working in IEEE. So it's a great colleague. Then of course BC Madam. Second time after Parla Khemini, nice to meet you again. And Dr. Swadha Tripathi, of course, what I agree what with the other expressed actually, see the person to drop. And today, one good thing is all advisors, like we three are advisors of IEEE Malaysia sections, all three she has dropped into for this scenario. So, and of the dais, of course, my colleague, my basically director colleague with whom I have worked quite many years in Hyderabad, Dr. Sasti Saab, and all basically professors, Kriti Yadav, and of course, Director Dr. Jagannath, and all others, uh, CUTM faculties, delegates of the conference, and my dear students actually. Nice to see many of you in this forum actually. So good morning everyone. So at the outset, it's a nice feeling to come over to this place, CUTM Central University for the third time actually. And that all due to Dr. Sujata again. So this time, why it's better, already one reason I have already stated. The first reason is great opportunity to meet Dr. Paul sir. And secondly, I remember actually Dr. Sujata with me when 2024 I was sharing the subsection. It was not a section, full-fledged section, it was subsection. That is the time there is a lot of struggle actually for this conference. So today I am happy that ultimately, finally, the D-Day and we are. So we are struggling actually. I remember sending series of mails to basically section chair at this in Calcutta to get the approval. And that is the reason it got delayed. Even I remember we had to postpone actually many months and subsequently. And third reason is I was discussing today, this is the maiden IEEE conference for the Centurion University. So for the first time they are holding IEEE conference at Bhubaneswar. So that is a great thing. Of course, CUTM and Parliament campus, we have the opportunity to attend. But this campus, for the first time they are holding this conference. So that is all about that good feeling. Then coming to this IEEE association with CUTM, because I am actively involved with this IEEE activity of Bhubaneswar for quite some time. I mean, last 2 years I am very much involved, and I was subsession chair last year. So that is the time actually I remember we attended one meeting here, and so some good thing. Today I can declare we have 52 members. So we have crossed 50 actually. The activity membership, that is one good thing. With the student chapter and all. And gradually they have started participating, and this conference is a great opportunity for all of you to understand actually what IEEE can do for you. So great association with CU10 IEEE, and as Preeti Yadav was mentioning that taglines at CUTM like what is that? Something gives and little lies. So, which is totally aligned with IEEE. IEEE also says like advancing technology for the humanity. So ultimately, whatever you are setting lives for the community and all similar way, it is very, very much reconciling in there. Yeah, yeah, more or less. So ultimately, we are doing for the community, advancing technology. So coming to this particular conference theme, whatever, it is very nicely chosen because, yeah, one portfolio, whatever Dr. Sujata has mentioned, my earlier portfolio, like past chair, subsection, then former director ITR. I'm in the present role is basically I am chair of the Computer Society chapter at Bhubaneswar, CS chapter chair, and as well as advisor to IEEE Bhubaneswar section. So when I talk about computer society, you must be knowing like it has another, in addition to computer society jobs, it is additional responsibility of basically technology predictions they have been doing for quite some time. So if you talk about the technology predictions for 2025, I actually some 53 big shots all over the world, they have come and they have basically done these technology predictions. So in that thing, when you go through, I advise everybody should go through that technology predictions 2025 uh, by this computer society CS chapter, computer society chapter of IEEE. What you can see, they have brought out some 22 attributes, 22 in numbers. And interestingly, out of the 22 attributes, you will find there are 12 attributes out of 22 talks about AI, directly or indirectly. Directly, there are 5 which are directly related to artificial intelligence, and 12 attribute it is related directly or indirectly to artificial intelligence. So you can just imagine what is the importance of this conference on that this particular aspect, that how much important is artificial intelligence, and Yadav he has narrated nicely what are the challenge. So in that one point only it attracted my attention, that is basically ethical concerns and governance. So the 22 points what they have done is as per this industry viability, like whatever is already started in the industry and all, those things they have made order. So interestingly, you would find first order, that is number one, is nothing but LLM. And out of 22, 20th number comes this ethical concern and your governance. So this particular conference definitely address that, because like people talk about India or many countries, they have not come out clearly about their governance, what are the policy for AIs and all. And the way AI is evolving actually, that is, you can't imagine, like ChatGPT some 2022, what I remember is September 2022 launched, just hardly 3 years actually. And the way it is evolving and the way it is impacting the society, so it is huge actually. So we have to be ready for that, and definitely I believe this particular conference that will address those aspects, the ethical concerns, and Yadav nicely basically narrated with examples. I don't have to further. Then what this computer society they did, 22 attributes, there is another committee, Future Direction Committee, FDC. They have come out, they told don't make so many points and all, make few points about the technology trends. So they came out with mega trends. In the mega trends, they defined 3 areas only. So first comes actually AGI, that is your artificial general intelligence, which is very close to human intelligence. And second one is your digital transformation, and third one is sustainability. These 3 mega trends only. So already I have told under AGI, out of 22 points, 12 points fall under that artificial general intelligence. So conference is very much relevant. Then coming to IEEE conference, because I am representing, like all 3 of us we are representing IEEE Bhubaneswar, I thought to just share a few points. Like already we became a section recently. So 2002 for November, Bhubaneswar became a section. And 2025, we have we had planned basically some 17 conferences in the Bhubaneswar, very various institutes like IIT Bhubaneswar, SOA, KIT, even remote places like Gunpur. All these conferences are happening. So 17 conference, and this is the 12th conference in this year. So another 5 were lined up this year. 17 conference. And one interesting thing I would like to share is out of 17 conferences, there are 8 conferences who are again directly or indirectly related to AI, artificial intelligence. So the subject is like that 3 mega trends what I am telling. We are doing justice to address this mega trend of AGI, artificial general intelligence, by doing various IEEE conferences, because whole and that IEEE tagline what it says, advancing technology for humanity. Okay. So that is all about IEEE. And that Bhubaneswar, this IEEE section is always ready to help everyone in and around Bhubaneswar to conduct IEEE activities and all, and I'm happy you are doing your Madden IEEE conference. And Dr. Sujata, I know very well, she is actively involved for quite many years. And he is one of the founder member, I can say, with Dr. Ashok Tripathi and Professor Ganapati Panda. They are the founder people who have started this subsection, the now section. So a lot of contribution, and I remember those days also Dr. Sujata, she was involved from the beginning, and I remember the entire team coming to IIT Chandipur DRDO and motivating us, and how I was inducted to this IEEE fraternity actually. So great this thing, and we are hand holding you. And lastly, advice to CUTM is, I just discussed with Dr. Sujata that you try to form various chapters depending upon your student strength, and already 50 plus members are there, and keep on doing more number of conference and various. And one good thing is that is the only skill university in Odisha, so you can give towards more skill side emphasis on the conference, and that will help a lot in IEEE actually. And then lastly, I wish the conference a great success, and always IEEE used to tell, CCIA used to tell, already that what has been uttered by VC. So connect, collaborate and innovate, CCI, that IEEE emphasize. So this is a great, actually this conference, what happens, you have great opportunity to connect with people, to network with the people. You will know who is doing what actually. So try to connect. Then once you will connect, if you are doing in that particular, you will collaborate with other people. And lastly, you innovate actually. Come out with these things. And definitely I wish the conference that some good ideas, some good things should come out, emerge out of this conference. So all the best to the organizer, and thanks to Dr. Sujata and all management of CUTM for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Shri Ashok Kumar Tripathi, former Director General of the Central Power Research Institute, Advisor IEEE Bhubaneswar Section, to address the gathering. Shri Ashok Kumar Tripathi is a distinguished veteran in Indian power engineering whose tenure as Director General of CPIRI marked a transformative era, integrating the institute into global testing frameworks, expanding its infrastructure across regions, and fostering international collaborations in power system automation. A veteran of BHEL, SAIL, and CPRI, he continued to shape research and advisory efforts in Orissa post-retirement. As an active IEEE leader,
He chaired the Bangalore section and now leads the India Council PES chapter. He has been honored with multiple awards and holds INAE fellowship. As advisor and past chair of the IEEE Bhubaneswar subsection, he continues to contribute significantly to the IEEE community. I would like to request Sir to address the gathering.
Very good morning to all of you. In a recent seminar, we met a lot of us together and discussed a lot of things. This particular subject of AI is becoming very popular these days to communicate to the younger generation. And who is communicating? The older people like us who never knew what is AI in the past. So it is the paradox of the situation. You have to listen to old people who never thought of it to come at this time. But also not forget that what we have done in the past is now getting sort of clubbed together and getting packaged together to get a term like AI and being given to you. Personally, I don't like the adjective artificial to a term like intelligence. So I sometimes wonder that why artificial and why intelligence put together to this one. So one of my professors that time told that, look, we talk of human intelligence, machine intelligence. Now we see that intelligence is there in every data. That is, data is generated all over on all areas, and it is very difficult to tell who is not generating data and who is not using data. And if you are deriving something from the data available to you in an intelligent way, then the knowledge is not grown over the years to be with you, but it is derived from data that is being available to you, but you are not recognizing it. So this knowledge is not the real knowledge. It is artificial knowledge derived from everyone who is emitting or transmitting or observing data all over the world. So somebody decided to call it artificial intelligence. Another interpretation was that we were all familiar with optimization techniques, algorithms and other things, and very hard way of solving differential equations and getting results and publishing. Slowly it happened that some people probably in the eastern part of the world, they thought that it is too complicated to optimize if the constraints are too many or the objective functions are too many, and we will do it in a way the brain selects out of a particular lot of items, and we'll try to do a search technique to see which will be automatically the optimum thing, and neural network and fuzzy logic and all these things came. Many people in the world, and particularly I remember even IEEE transactions were not accepting anything published on neural network in the beginning, thinking that it doesn't have a mathematical basis. But then it proved to be a tool which solved the problem of multiple optimization functions together. And we recognize today that the neural network and artificial intelligence, so many types of optimization techniques have come up. The same IEEE is taking that I will not accept another new term like ANT-B technique, this kind of technique and all that. Restrict yourself to certain particular particle swarm technology, something like that, but don't expand it to too many things. So that is how it started, artificial intelligence. We realized afterwards that the automation, robotics, the communication, 5G, IoT, and all these things are expanding to such an extent that it is very difficult to keep them under one name, one activity. So we decided to call it all under the umbrella of artificial intelligence, a tool which is available to the man to sort out his problems, not a tool available to a robot to sort out human intelligence problems, but a support available to the human beings to sort out their problems. So artificial intelligence, as mostly we understand, is not a competitor or like robotics or something where there is a fear that it will take away our jobs, but it is a support mechanism which will help people to take good decisions. I will give you an example. I mean, we are seeing that many people are being posted to take positions of CEO and entirely new responsibility. Their background is entirely different and they are going to head the organization which requires a different kind of expertise. All of them are nervous in the beginning that they don't know much and take time to get into the depth of the subject and get really contributing. They always wish that they had a good personal secretary, but in addition to that, a person obedient and having intelligent data or intelligent support, so that without exposing his ignorance to the field to his juniors, he would get somewhere the intelligence available to him so that he can pull on from that time. So that nervousness which prevents him to take important decisions for a couple of weeks or a couple of months and years will probably not be there if you have got access to a very obedient, knowledgeable machine or a system where you get information and carry on with it and give your intelligence and take decisions in an intelligent way and helps you in decision making. Now I remember a line which many of you might have heard, that sometimes back people believed in expert system, intelligence and wisdom. I mean, person I know, I mean in my about 50 years career with energy and power sector, I have seen people who are even better than computers in remembering the data, looking at a chart or a graph and taking a decision, and such kind of people are not there everywhere. And those people, the expertise level they had were to be captured, and in 80s and 90s we were worried about expert system where a machine captures the intelligence of the person and his decision making power in different situations and to record it. That is wisdom. But then knowledge and then information and data. I remember two lines where somebody said, Eliot, I said that where is wisdom, we have lost it in knowledge, and where is knowledge, we have lost it in information. Somebody added afterward, where is information, we have no data, we have data, we lost it in data. Nowadays it is the reverse. You ask anybody to do a job, he will tell that where is the data, I have no information, without information I have no knowledge, without knowledge I can't have the wisdom. So both are true. That was earlier, it was flowing down from a wisdom down to information and data. When the data became too many and the computers and intelligence started, we told the reverse, that keep the data because that gives you information gives you knowledge gives you wisdom. So I think what we are doing today for AI is holding conferences and speaking and talking, but the real work is going on through AI agents who are very serious about it. I know some of them who are working and really helping the industry to get input to them, management, that helps them in increasing their output and the productivity of the system. Human beings in a hierarchy in which we work in an industry or something, and with the poor networking which we have got between seniors and juniors, the transparency is not there in passing on the information to the full extent to the juniors or giving the feedback to the seniors with all respects. But AI will probably find a solution to that, that it is transparent information available to everyone and everything you do is a data and the data is available. Yeah, that's what I wanted to stress, that we have to now start doing work on AI. Try to see each individual field like healthcare, agriculture and so many things, how AI techniques can really help in decision making. There are certain disadvantages in AI when it is not used or misused, but that is only possible with every technology what you have. I mean, in mobile technology people say that it has disrupted social activity much more than what it has given advantage to the technology field. So people, students, professors and professionals will take the best part of AI to see that which particular area AI agents can help them get best out of it and use it for developing decision making in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would take the privilege to request Professor Dr. Ganapati Panda, former Deputy Director, IIT Bhubaneswar, Advisor IEEE Bhubaneswar Section, to address the gathering. Professor Dr. Ganapati Panda is a distinguished academic and researcher who has made outstanding contributions
to engineering, education, research, and professional development in India. He served as the Deputy Director of IIT Bhubaneswar from 2009 to 2013, where he also held key leadership responsibilities including Dean of Academic Affairs and Head of the School of Electrical Sciences, in addition to earlier administrative responsibilities as Dean Administration at NIT Rourkela and Director of NIT Jamshedpur. A PhD from IIT Kharagpur with postdoctoral research at the University of Edinburgh, Professor Panda has devoted nearly 5 decades to teaching and research, authoring more than 380 publications in reputed journals and conferences, which have garnered over 11,500 citations with an H index of 51. His expertise spans digital signal processing, communication, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, and he has successfully guided numerous PhD scholars in these fields. Recognized among India's top scientists in electronics, electrical, and computer science, and featured in the Stanford Elsevier Top 2% Global Scientist list, he has received many prestigious honors, including the Samantha Chandra Shekhar Award, Biju Patnaik Award for Scientific Excellence, INAE Outstanding Teacher Award, and the Ravincha University Lifetime Achievement Award. Professor Panda is a fellow of INAE, INSA, IET UK, IETE, and IE, and a senior member of IEEE. Beyond his academic and research achievements, he continues to actively contribute to the engineering community as an advisor to the IEEE Bhubaneswar section, guiding its initiatives and inspiring the next generation of engineers and researchers. Sir, I would like to request you to address the gathering.
Chief guest, Professor Sankarpa, Vice Chancellor of Centurion University, Professor Arat, Professor Tripathi, Professor Sujata, distinguished invited speakers, participants, and faculty members, and other invited guests. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Sujata Chakravarti, sitting on the dais. I will tell something, few minutes, slightly different from others. Artificial intelligence, experts are here. Artificial intelligence, people were calling it soft computing. Soft computing, 3 parts: artificial neural network and the family. Second part, expert is here, fuzzy logic and its variants. Third part, evolutionary computing, bio-inspired or nature-inspired techniques. It's okay. These 3 we are calling subcomputing. Subsequently, statistical machine learning, deep learning came together. All these we now call it artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence solves. Professor Tripathi was telling how many things? 8 things. First is quality of data, how to get the data is correct. Pre-processing of the data, denoising of the data, that is the first thing. Second thing, grouping, clustering. There are many techniques and all these I am not telling. Next is classification. So clustering and classifications are different. One is supervised, other is unsupervised. Next is prediction or forecasting. Next is parameter estimation, direct modeling or system identification. Next one, inverse model. These two, direct and inverse modeling, makes a system intelligent, smart, cognitive. Next one, optimize, multivariable, multi-objective, multi-constraint optimization is a vast ocean. Next one, to recognize 1000 face, data is less. If the data is less, the machine learning model or deep learning cannot be trained. How to artificially generate more face? Train the model, then it can able to identify unknown, generate data. Large language model comes from that. You can, somebody wrote a part of the story, you can complete it. Part of the poem, you can complete it. So, generative AI has a lot of significance. Explainable AI, it will explain, you are getting a result. Stock market predict why stock market was up or down. It will give the reason, it will explain, it will convince, it will explain the reason why artificial model gave a particular hope, particularly for doctors, particularly for finance. It will tell the reason. It will help the doctor. We cannot replace doctor. We can assist the doctor to make proper diagnosis, and that is explainable. Third one, dependable. One should not fall, should not feel that I am at a risk. One should not feel that I am dissatisfied. So this particular responsible AI is responsible to satisfy the customer, satisfy the person who is using, and it will ensure that you are not falling into risks. Thank you. Thank you for taking a few words. Each one is one day. Each one is for 1 or 2 days actually. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our chief guest, Professor Dr. Shankar K. Pal, National Science Chair, SCRB, Government of India, President, Indian Statistical Institute, to please address the gathering. Professor Dr. Shankar K. Pal is a globally renowned computer scientist distinguished for his pioneering contributions in the fields of pattern recognition, machine learning, neural networks, image processing, and data mining. He served as the director and distinguished scientist at the Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, where he established himself as a leader in computational intelligence research. A PhD from ISI, Professor Pal has also carried out advanced research as a visiting professor and scientist at several leading institutions worldwide, including the University of California, Berkeley, University of Maryland, NASA Johnson Space Center, and the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. He has authored and co-authored 20 books and over 400 research publications, many of which are highly cited in the domains of soft computing and hybrid intelligent systems. His work has been instrumental in shaping modern approaches to fuzzy sets, rough sets, genetic algorithms, and their applications in real-world problems. Professor Pal is a fellow of IEEE, TWAS, INSA, INAE, and IAPR, reflecting his global stature and recognition. He has received numerous prestigious awards, including the Padma Shri in 2013, one of the India's highest civilian honors, as well as the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize,
S.S. Bhatnagar Memorial Award and the INSA Medal for Young Scientists early in his career. His leadership and mentorship have inspired generations of researchers in AI and data sciences. Professor Pal continues to serve as an advisor, keynote speaker, and thought leader in advancing responsible and innovative uses of artificial intelligence globally. Sir, I would like to request you to please address the gathering.
Good morning. Visiting Odisha is always my pleasure. I just, for academic purpose, I started visiting since I think early 90s. And before that also, I visited Puri first time in my life, that is in 87, after I just got married. So after that, when I come to Odisha, I remember one thing. See, when you talk about data, feature extraction is an important thing, feature. And Odisha means Jagannath Balaram Subhadra. Jagannath Balaram Subhadra means Odisha. But I am not actually seeing any picture in this auditorium. Otherwise, wherever I go in Odisha, Jagannath Balaram Subhadra is there. So, time variant feature, generative independent feature. So, feature should be always like this. Translation invariant, time invariant, temperature invariant, generative invariant. That's the introduction about my relation with Odisha from the data mining point of view. Now, as I was telling, as a part of the last part of the talk I will be mentioning here, the evolution of this subject today, what you say data science AI, I have witnessed since 1975. I joined my Indian Statistical Institute to do my PhD after graduating from famous then Department Institute of Derivation in electronics and on. But I didn't like electronics. So I moved to ISI. I submitted a proposal to CSI through Professor Datta Majumdar, something studies on pattern recognition machine intelligence. There is no book, no chapter anywhere. I got the fellowship, I started working. Then I got the one paper on fuzzy set. So I'm not going into detail. So pattern recognition, if you go to the Google search, you'll see 1960s. But in my country, started in 70s. In the Statistical Institute, TIFR, and University of Science. You must know, students, ancestors' information is rich always. So pattern recognition, feature selection, classification, clustering. We do not have any reasoning or any other explanation. So then in 80s we realized, hey, that's not how our machine mind works. You extract information, then classify, cluster. No. Let us call it expert system. And it is Americans, they love to give new names always. That's Professor Laffy Jade, founder of fuzzy logic, told me when I was visiting Berkeley as a Fulbright fellow. He says, we love to give always new name. For electrical engineering, we gave computer science. Now, your pattern recognition is old. You cannot solve that way. Let us call expert system. So, 80s become a buzzword. And Americans bring buzzword. And we, India and China, we just move after this. Always. That's the history if you look at it. So, expert system, why? You have some data. You have some rule base. You go to medical doctor. He or he has some rules. You match. So you call expert system. Then artificial intelligence came. Neural network revived in 80s. That they all together we call artificial intelligence. But the subject did not survive much because we didn't have the data. So I mean, in my institute, which is considered the premier institute, we also introduced artificial intelligence as a course. But the students were not getting job. So subject died. Then in 90s we brought, rule-based system has no reasoning much. Knowledge-based system. So UNDP had 5 centers, TIFR, IIT Kanpur, Indian Statistical Institute, and then CDEC Pune. 5-year knowledge center. Why? What knowledge center is an advanced version of expert system, where you bring knowledge into the you generate knowledge. So the new terms came: knowledge mining, knowledge evolution, rule mining, rule evolution, all those new terms coined. Then after 10 years, we saw data mining. Because why? The genome project and WWW. So data became changed. When we started in pattern recognition, we had the basic concept: large number of samples, small number of features. And all statistical decision theory based on this. Number of features must be much, much less than the number of samples. And that's how I published paper here. But now it is topsy-turvy. Number of features, thousands. Number of samples only small. You go to hospital only when you are sick. So you give only, so when you make a classification between cancerous patients, normal, you get normal patients less, cancer patients more. So data becomes skewed, and number of features is few thousand. Why? They are not correlated. So whatever you learned up to 80s, pattern recognition, you cannot use. Because there we issue the concept of principal component analysis. The features are correlated, but here not uncorrelated, but thousands. So what we do? You cluster among the feature space instead of the sample space. Our basic concept of pattern recognition was you cluster with the sample space subject to the separation between clusters in maximize. But here now is the other way. Subject change. Then after 10 years, you can big data. 5 V's: large volume, large velocity, large variety, large veracity. Each constituted discipline. Then after 10 years, we call them now data science deep learning. Good. I don't know, maybe after 10 years it will be new terms. Now one thing important, if you want to know deep learning, don't jump. You have to know shallow learning. Shallow learning means you have to know neural learning. You want to know neural learning, you have to know pattern recognition, basic concept. Classification, clustering, feature selection. If you do not know pattern recognition, you jump neural deep learning, you will get lost. After 5 to 7 years, you will blame the subject. What we witnessed in 80s, when neural network grew up as a bloom, everybody was jumping on neural network, expecting that neural network will tell us everything. So in a race course, gambling, bank, everybody came to us. But what's happened? After 7 to 8 years, subject collapsed. And you have seen all neural network transaction came. In any conference you go in 90s, neural networks. Whether it is a chemical engineering, or the mechanical engineering, astrophysics, IIT, our DST jumped like as usual following the United States. Whatever you say submit to neural network, you get all approved. But then we saw what? Nobody is publishing it, neural network. Ultimate transition, neural network, they changed the name. Neural network and learning system, they have started publishing on subrevector machine. Neural computing, neural network, neural computing, they are publishing something else. Signboard is there, nothing. But now, again, deep learning comes, they are again survived. I hope machine learning means learning from experience. So we have learned from one. So I think that crisis would not recur. So this one, I will conclude that if you want to learn deep learning, you must learn shallow learning. If you want to learn shallow learning, you must know the basics of artificial neural learning. If you want to know artificial network, you need to know pattern recognition. So read a basic book on pattern recognition, the 3 subjects: topic, classification, clustering, feature selection. When we started working in 70s, feature selection was not that important. But today, feature selection is most important. Dimensionality reduction. When you have a huge data, you do not know which are important or not. So with this I conclude, and in my keynote speech, I will speak on a recent topic that we have been developing in my lab for the last 10 years or so, what is called granular computing and its application. Thank you very much, and I wish this conference a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, and we are looking forward to your keynote speech. And now, to formally express our gratitude, I invite Professor Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, Professor and Dean, School of Engineering and Technology, Centurion University of Technology and Management, General Chair of this conference, to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Tamasa. Good morning to one and all present here. It's my proud privilege as the General Chair of ResGen XAI 2025 to extend the vote of thanks at the conclusion of this inaugural session. First and foremost, on behalf of organizing committee, I express our deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Professor Dr. Shankar K. Pal, for gracing this occasion and delivering such inspiring words and that have set the tone of the entire conference. Professor Pal has a keynote speech and I am sure that everybody will enjoy that. We are equally honored by the presence of our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Ganapati Panda, who shared his valuable thoughts and visions many times in many conferences. He has always been a source of inspiration for all of us. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor A.K. Tripathi, Professor H.K. Rath, who are our advisors and great mentors for the IEEE Bhubaneswar subsection, and now it is becoming the section with all their supports. And very soon, sir, Professor Ratha sir, very soon we will start our CSI chapter as well. To Mr. Preet Yadav, who always strives to bridge the gap between academia and industry, we are truly grateful for his presence despite of his busy schedule. Our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Sudipan Saha, Professor Prasanjit Johari, Sri Abhishek Agarwal, they will be coming today perhaps. Sri Praveen Kumar Sanka are giants in their respective fields, and we are certain that our participants and the faculty members will gain immensely from your insights. Thank you for your valuable time and contributions. A very special thanks to our Sastri sir, who always be there with us in any situations, that means whenever we want to start a new program also, he is with us always. A very special word of thanks also goes to our Vice Chancellor, Madam Professor Dr. Supriya Patnaik, and our Director Sir, Professor Jagannath Padi, whose continuous motivation and unwavering support had made this conference possible and also do many things in their guidance. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution of IEEE Bhubaneswar section and our academic collaborators, partners, and the sponsors who have supported us wholeheartedly in bringing together this global community of research and practitioners. To all our distinguished speakers, session chairs, delegates, faculty colleagues, research scholars, and students, thank you for your participation. Your presence truly makes this conference meaningful. My sincere appreciation also goes to the organizing committee members, volunteers, technical teams, and support staff who have worked tirelessly to make this inaugural session a grand success. And finally, my heartfelt and sincere thanks and love to Samir Kumar Das, who does lots of work for this conference to make it successful. Thank you. With these words, I once again thank each one of you for being part of this beginning. We now look forward to the 3 days of intense discussion, collaborations, and innovations in responsible, generative, and explainable AI. Thank you very much.